Okay, before we start this video off, I just want to point out, look at my mouse. Yep, I found a Rinryugu cursor on the internet. I'll try and find a link for it so you guys can download it. And have Rena as your mouth. It's fun, I'm showing it off. Calm down, my Barkeichi. Since when do I think so negatively? Calm down, calm down. I have to calm down and organize my thoughts. Mio knows about my lunch meeting with Oishi-san. Probably because someone from Himizawa was at the restaurant. He also told Mion about it. That's very possible. Besides, Mion only asked me where I ate lunch. She just asked if it was good. I was seen with someone who's not from Himizawa. That's why I stood out. That's all. That's right. That must be it. Come to think of it, same with Rena. I made him muddy when I asked about Oishi-san. That's why Rena corrected me. I was simply shocked because Rena acted so differently from usual. That's all. It's apparently natural to think that way. I feel like my brain has become a bowl of spaghetti. If I squeeze my head, maybe some red meat sauce will ooze out of my ears and ew. When I think that, all of a sudden I feel nausea and a headache. I'm afraid that really happened, so I stop holding my head. I don't understand who's saying that. When I'm with them, I have fun. I don't feel their two sides. I do say they are nice people. They were so nice to me when I first moved. Ren is very kind and caring. As long as she's healthy, she's a cute gal. She's cute anyway. Mion is the best. She's always positive and active without worrying about age or gender. I never get bored of being with her. Livy Sanko is a good gal too. No, she's not. She's evil. She's a whore. She's feisty. That's how she communicates. Yuki-chan too. She doesn't talk much, but she isn't reticent. They're my friends. When Tomitaka-san and Uchi-san started to tell me about the striker Himizawa, or Shiro-sama's curse, things started to change. Then Uchi-san told me about my friends, Mion, Rena, Saliko, and Riki-chan. All were suspects. That's when they all changed. That's right. Things started to act weird when Uchi-san's been telling me about strange stories. I shouldn't have listened to him. I shouldn't have even listened about the past incident from Tomitaka-san on the night of the watch in Higurashi. Only if I wasn't curious about it. I know. That's why they... Okay, I don't know why, but they censored killed. There's no reason to censor it. It's so obvious they're saying killed. That's why they... Tomitake-san. They were keeping it a secret from me for my sake, but he, the outsider, told me about it. Then Oishi-san will be... too. He's trying to dig out what everyone is telling me I should know. Besides, he's the one who's telling me that things that make me most feel suspicious about my friends. So he deserves to be. Both Tomitake-san and Oishi-san are outsiders after all. They're inconceivable with people from Himizawa. They should be the ones to be Shiro-sama's curse. They aren't the bad guys. It's my fault for being able to control my curiosity, for not being able to control my curiosity. They aren't the bad guys. 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 I do feel a little groggy as I just woke up, but I don't feel the uneasiness as much as I did before. Everything is okay. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm perfectly fine now. I'm going to school tomorrow. I'll say hello to everyone, and I'll even do the club activity. I'll have fun. I know I will. They're all my friends. Oh, I need to eat this ohagi. I have to find out which one is made by Rena. I remember the homework they gave me. But what club will deliver the club activity? I'll pick up the ohagi package and take it to the living room. It'll go well with a cup of tea. Homemade ohagi and a cup of tea. Wow. Wow. Much taste. Such situation. Much ohagi. Wow. Open a newspaper wrapping. I find 5 ohagis inside. They're all lettered from left to right on the newspaper. One of them is made by Rena. Which one is it? I don't see much of a difference between them. They all smell and look pretty much the same. What a tough question. Their difference, it would be the shape. I don't know Mion's grandma, but her ohagi must be different from Rena's. I look close. There's one made extremely persistently. It's easy to see if I look closely. I guess whether this one is Renner is not the question. I think very calmly. Mion said her grandma made tons of ohagi and she wants to share. But that means the 4 of those are tons of ohagi. How about Rena then? She probably made only 1. I mean, she spent plenty of time making that one. Therefore, E is Rena's ohagi. For a second, I thought maybe it's Mion's trap, but I guess not. If Mion made it its one thing, but Rena's the one who made it. But Ren was the one who said it. Oh, I hate this. Okay, the other font had grammar issues, so I'm gonna try this font for an episode, and if I don't like it, I'll switch back. Okay, the cup of tea is ready. First, I'll taste Mion's Ohagi, the defending champion. Not bad. Smooth bean paste and the volume. It's hard to beat. See if the tea makes it even tastier. What a wonderful job she did. Okay, let's try Rena's. Its delicate structure reminds me of expensive Japanese sweets. Although I'm a little worried about the volume. I take a bite. This is a difficult decision to make. They're made with exactly the same ingredients, so they taste almost the same. The only difference is the last step of shaping. That means the artistic impression and volume decide the victory. Ohagi with good volume made by the champion versus the well-balanced size Ohagi made by Rena, the challenger. Before taking a bite of Rena's, I should finish hers before I decide. Maybe there's some kind of hidden trick which might turn the table. Munch, munch. Huh? I was right. My tongue touched something. It feels like it's not edible. I use my finger to take it out. This is... What? Before my brain can process what it is, I throw the half-eaten Ohagi with all my strength. Hits the wall, the bean paste splatters apart. Then after a pause, it falls to the floor. I'm stunned. What am I doing? How I do is the Rena O's homemade Ohagi. As I look at my violent hand of mine and blink of made, I remember I pulled out from my mouth. First I thought it's a hair, but even if Rena's hair is shorter than Mion, it's still pretty long. It can't be that short. Besides, it's too hard to be hair. It's thick enough to roll on my tongue. It's shiny like silver, and to one end there's a little hole in the thread to thread a string. That's right. It's very similar to a sewing needle. Very similar. Tip is sharp too. Very sharp. It's truly like a sewing needle. Wait. So what is it then? Something that's not so much like a sewing needle. I can't find an answer. The other me inside of me knows what it is and tells me by chattering my teeth. I can't get rid of that fear that's boiling inside. All of a sudden I taste the metal and start to feel the tingling pain on my tongue. Terrified and bleeding, I stick my tongue deep down my mouth and feel. I feel like vomiting suddenly. Something guys and irritates the back of my throat. I grab my throat with my hands, and after a little stuffing, the urge to vomit stops. When I can finally breathe normally, my heart starts to pound like a repeating bell. And finally, I realize what was in the Ohagi. My hand moves quickly than my brain's ability to process the word. Pound. I throw the rest of the Ohagi into the wall, one after another. A geometrical design that creates with a splatter of bean paste makes me think of something ominous. Look away from the wall and jump out to the hallway. I run up to my room and jump under the blanket. I embrace my own shoulder and keep screaming for the fear, mortification, anger, and sadness. It's not an imitation or threat or nothing simple like a warning. What's been happening here, Mizawa? What's happening? It's going to happen. I wouldn't know any of it. It's not like that. It's not what's important. What did I do wrong? When did I do that? It's because I ran a meal. Maybe others too are my enemies, and they want me dead. I want them to kill me, especially when I don't know what's going on. All kind of negative emotions take me into an unmerciful sleep that's like a bottomless, swirling swamp. Yeah, to the anime and the manga's credit, they handle that scene a lot better, in my opinion. What's about to drive them make people? I don't know. In the manga, yeah, he's like, he freaks out. He throws all the Hagi and he freaks out. He's like, you can see in his face. In the anime, it's the same thing really. He just like needle, and then he just grabs the Hagi, throws it, and then freaks out. I don't know. It's more intense in like the manga and animes than this. I don't know. It just like, he never really because in the manga, he was thinking like, wait, what if I swallowed this? He literally comes to a realization they're trying to kill me. In the manga, he's like, they're my enemies. I'll ask you a straightforward question. Do you know any methods to make people commit suicide? Not directly.
There's an obligatory answer. So you mean there's an indirect way?
I meant there's a way to induce people into a mental condition to want to commit suicide.
It sounds complicated. So what's the mental condition that makes people want to commit suicide?
For example, a patient with a manic depressive state. It's said that they commit suicide the most when their status is changed from depression to mania. Mania? I don't say mania. Mania is different from depression. Depression only causes a severely negative mental state. But mania causes both this negative state of depression and a very active manic state in turn. Patients with depression lose confidence and are pretty pessimistic, but they don't commit suicide. Reminds me of somebody I know. I shouldn't have said that. You know who you are. You gotta admit it too. Like, seriously? This statement is you. I feel so mean for saying that. You don't even have the energy to commit suicide. One's a manic state don't do it either. However, they're overconfident and they're active, so they think all things thrive. That's why I don't commit suicide.
That's interesting. Patients either state don't commit suicide, but only when a state switches to another.
They have suicidal wishes when they're in the depressed state, but they don't have the energy to accomplish big tasks such as committing suicide. However, when the manic state switches, they gradually gain their energy and motive control back.
I see. They're gaining enough control to commit suicide.
You got it. That's why doctors give tons of psychoactive drugs to these patients to prevent them from getting ideas.
So do you think Mr. Tomitake was a patient with a manic depressive state?
When those patients commit suicide, they commit traditional suicide. This is jumping or hanging. Those are total different from masochistic behaviors like the ones called a drug-induced downward spiral.
The way Mr. Tomitake moved suicide wasn't orthodox, but now I think it was a drug. I'll ask you again. Please tell me about the medicine that makes people commit suicide.
There's reports saying that the methamphetamine poisoning causes symptoms similar to the manic depriving state. It's a stimulant drug. And another report says that declarative barbituric acid can also cause abnormal behavior, and it doesn't happen often. This one is a sleeping pill.
We didn't take any drugs reaction from his body, did we? Any other possibilities?
The last possibility I can think of is some kind of disease. Some disease that causes a disorder to the summer glands, such as the Bastone diseases, are reported to have a similar symptom to a manic depressive state. But Balzo has its particular symptoms. I didn't have any of those.
Do we have anything that breaks up more suddenly? Something that matches this case and makes people want to commit suicide suddenly?
Do you know acute organic psycho syndrome? To make it short and simple, it's a mental disorder that people get when they damage their brains. Not only drug poisoning can cause it, but brain injury, empo whatever, serial vascular accidents, or a brain tumor that can cause it too.
Wait, serial accidents? Oh man.
He was surrounded by a suspect, his life at risk. It might be possible that he took masochistic action due to the extreme tension that produced abnormal secretions plus trauma to his brain.
Can you explain that again in layman's terms?
In other words, he might have hit his head during the battle and became insane.
That means the perp didn't even mean to kill him. They hit him once to try to pinch some change out of him, but unfortunately hit his head in a vital spot.
Two jolly middle-aged men laughed together verbally. I don't think that's the case here.
Obviously.
Whoever was caught by drug poisoning or mental state, the victim's identity has the key to all. How is the investigation going so far?
Look at the time. Kumatan's going to get mad if I don't get back soon.
Okay, good luck. Have a nice year.
You have a nice year too.
I guess that's what police people say to each other, because I guess have a nice year could maybe, like, have a nice year, like, don't die. I guess that's good luck to don't die this year. That'll make sense. Menace, let's see that.
Wait a second. These people were...
Two of them had a badge, which makes them assembly members.
There's a prefectural assembly Sonozaki and City Assembly Sonozaki.
That's interesting. Two relatives are serving both the prefectural and city assembly.
Here's a cunning trick. They do a pre-election campaign during their name without any hesitation. One in the election, the other holds election, they do a vice versa for each other, with a double election campaign. They do it openly.
I'm not sure, but isn't the violation of the election wall?
As long as the activity doesn't turn out to be a pre-election campaign, regular activities are limitless.
Oh my freaking nope.
Kuma-chan, you're going to have a hard time if you don't know these things.
Who the frickily do that? I'm sorry, like, really? Shut up, phone. Why do we have a phone in here, really? I'm not gonna answer these phone calls. Don't call me. Shut up. Seriously, okay, really? I'm not gonna continue until you shut the frick up. Thank you.
I'm a Oishi and I hate when the phone calls. We should at least study the election law.
I can never go to the intellectual crime department. I'm not that smart. There was the prefectural assembly Sonozaki and the city assembly Sonozaki. And there was the village leader Himizawa as well. They're all related to the Sonozaki family. I don't like it. Looks like the lieutenant chef. That's the thing. Looks like the lieutenant chief and our section manager are trying to calm them down. I realized it then and there. When my section manager asked me to eat Odin that night, I knew this would happen. Huh? What? Oishi-san, you might have already heard about this since you might have many friends, but have you heard this?
Haven't heard anything.
Okami-san, give me a Gano and a Hoppin, please. I assume even went to the head chief and made a violent protest.
Well, I didn't know that. Okami-san, give me one more glass of this.
Both the prefectural and city assembly Sonozaki are the kind of person who's good at intimidating others. I bet it's too much for the experienced young chief to handle yelling from gangster-type politicians. They complain about the investigation of Higuzawa crime, particularly mentioned your name.
What, me? I had no idea.
Don't play innocent. The crime of Higuzawa in the past. I know you're digging them up again.
I'm too busy taking care of the Tomitake murder case.
Are you sure? Hope you're not lying to me. There's a short silence. We'll keep eating and drinking in silence.
Thank you for the food. My wallet has been very light because I was losing game this month. I really appreciate it.
Don't worry about it. When we know about good horses again, I'll be on the same horse as you, Oishi-san.
I don't look these days. I can hear the horses talking. Hey, taxi!
I take the train. Taxi manager takes a taxi. He drove his car here, and it sucks because he has to take a taxi home. He can't take the risk of getting caught with a DUI right before his retirement. He can still talk without a wisp. But looks like his body below his waist is completely weak. I push him to the taxi and told the driver that his home address. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice year.
Wait, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice year.
Oishi-san.
Yeah.
All the cases in the past are closed. So don't try to relate them to this case. People in this village seriously believe in the curse, you know.
I don't believe in curse. I'm drunk.
Oishi-san, you're retiring next year, right? I remember you told me you're going to pay off your mortgage with the retirement money and move to Hakata with your mother.
Yeah, she cries and tells me she really wants to go back to Bradbar. There'll be my last devotion to my mother. Going to enjoy the rest of my retirement money and suck it over. I'm drunk.
Heard the chief is going to review the special raise before retirement. Retirement money for government and the other public offices are calculated by multiplying the only salary that the person was getting at the time of the retirement. So it's kind of custom around here to give a special raise for the last 2 years right before retirement. And pad the retirement money. Of course, it's not a custom that we should be proud of. Just for the record, it makes a lot of difference in retirement money when the salary for the last 2 years is raised. It's so text-perfect for the egghead young chief to say, but oh well. I guess it's just a change of the time, considering that we get paid with the taxpayer money. I don't laugh at it all, but I laugh at it anyway.
I don't think the right thing to do either.
But Oishi-san, you've made huge comments that deserve a little bit extra for your retirement, so I really want you to get it.
I'd love to get it if I can.
I'm sure you'll get it, if you're mature.
Hey, Driver, I'm sorry for keeping you for so long. You take care of it.
Okay, I don't even know who's talking. We need sprites. It seems like the section manager still wants to say something, but he's not wildly and Wayne instead. I'll probably Wayne as well. Taxi actually disappears in a stream of lights.
Oh dear. I wonder if I can pay off my mortgage.
Mortgage? Yeah, we never really hear about this so-called mortgage in the anime. I don't know about the manga. So you can't tell. I can't be like, oh, in the manga, because I haven't read all the manga. I've read all of Higurashi, but not Kai. I have like one volume of Kai. Okay, what are you doing, Keiichi? Slap, slap, slap. You hear sneaking footsteps in front of my room. In silence, if it's trying to spy the outside. I'm still half asleep. My conscience is starting to get clear, but my body can't catch up. Danger on the other side of the door. But I just can't move my body, as if I'm frozen. Let it go! Let it go! I love that movie. I heart it. I heart it like a horror anime. It's nothing but fear. Please, just leave. Is my body awake yet? What am I going to do if he comes into the room? Wow. Wow. I jump out of the bed and throw the blanket to my mom who opens the door.
Hey, what's wrong with you, Keiichi? What happened?
Sorry, I was still dreaming. I thought it's still 1 or 2 in the morning. But the bright morning sun is shining from the cracked open drapes. What a morning. I just fell asleep after what happened yesterday. That means I must have slept for at least 10 hours. Damn. I don't feel like it. My body clock is completely off and my sense of balance seems to be off too. I even feel feverish knowing that I'm not even healthy.
How do you feel? Do you think you can go to school today?
I don't think I'm physically Or should I say, mentally capable of going to school. Recall the fear from yesterday. What if happened if I swallowed the needle? What if the needle pierced my tongue? They said they have the intent to kill, that's for sure. They don't exercise it completely. Could have chosen more of a sure way if they really wanted to kill me. Yet, all they did was put a needle in. I don't want to believe it, but this is their way of threatening me. I'm glad you didn't die, but we'll use a better method next time, okay? Something like that. Get rid of this. Seeing a razor blade in the letter is not... Seeing a razor... I just got what he... Like, I read that before. I didn't give that man a razor... That's... I know you're not mean, but that could offend a lot of people, Keiichi. Like, maybe half my viewers. Maybe half my viewers got offended by Keiichi. It's okay. He didn't mean it. He meant, like... I don't know what he meant, okay?
Did you see a doctor? Did you take home medicine?
Yeah, I did. I don't like the way my mom sounds. It's obvious she's more concerned about me staying home from school for 2 days in a row than my health. Sure, although I was mentally shocked. I'm not really physically sick.
Once your dairy tune gets off, it's hard to get back. Come on, get up. Your mental state condition controls your health. Get up.
I heard the line all the time since I was a child. When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay, because I forgot the song. But it wasn't because I was healthier than others.
Come on, go wash up. Breakfast is ready. The child will be here too in a minute.
Good for Tony. I don't think I have a chance of staying home for school today.
By the way, did you roll hog into the wooden wall? Why did you do such a thing? Oh, Dad was angry.
I don't respond because I don't feel sorry for what I did. Mom doesn't go any further either. When she sees me getting out of my bed, she goes downstairs. Mio's room when she left the house yesterday comes back to my mind. I don't want you to come absent from school tomorrow. What'd she mean? I need to think. She's telling me not to miss school. She's probably trying to tell me to keep my regular daily routine. If I do anything different, it'll be peculiar, and people like Alicia will notice the difference in my behavior. Therefore, even if I don't say anything, if I behave differently, that's the same as giving information to unwanted people. Don't even allow me to do that. Okay then, if I keep my normal daily routine, they won't harm me? Is that it? When I'm thinking of it, it's an appealing deal. Even the gloominess I was feeling until yesterday is starting to clear up. I can go back to my normal life if I completely forget about what I saw and heard in the last few days. But that sounds too easy. I swallow once. I try to think even more deeply. Mio must be a nice gal who truly cares about her friends. She's giving me another chance for breaking a rule, wherever that might be. The rule I broke is probably really unforgivable. Yet, Mio's giving me a chance. Tell me that if I can forget about everything, she'll forgive me.
Keiichi, your breakfast is getting cold. Get your ass up in here.
Okay, I'll be right down, Mom. Stop learning from Mio. I pack my bag and I'll run downstairs. I ate my breakfast. I don't even have much time left. It's past the meantime with Rena. Knowing what happened yesterday, she'll be here within 5 minutes. I have to get ready by then. I have to forget about everything until yesterday. I'll forget about everything and live normally. I should be at the meeting spot by now. The rice feels dry and I'm having a hard time swallowing. I jump and my chopsticks fall. Rena's here. Mom rushes me.
Come on, Renaissance here. Hurry up.
Her cheerful voice and my gloomy face are showing such a contrast. I'm loved to open the door to see Rena. It's the Rena that I would know well on the other side that she'd be like,
Hey, Keiichi.
She just closed the door on her face.
Ow, that hurt. Bitch.
I can't let her wait. I have to act normally.
Good morning.
The voice from behind the crack open door sounds very invigorating.
Keiichi-kun, I came because you're late. How are you doing? How are you?
Rena sounds like the Rena I know. It's only if I act normally. So let's forget about everything until yesterday and act as if nothing has happened. I'll forget about the gruesome murder case. The annual mysterious death incident. The fall accident, the natural death, the suicide, the being death, disappearance. I'll forget about everything. I'll forget about how fearful Ren and Mion are. I'll forget everything. I'll forget about the Yohagi incident too. I'll forget it. Ren affirms.
Can you go to school today?
Sure, I'm fine.
Oh great, let's go. Michan's waiting.
Ren shows her usual bright smile. I can't see two sides of her smile behind his face. I feel a tension release, and I'm relieved.
Pasako said she can do it.
As we walk, Rena talks about different things. And?
Pasako-chan's so clumsy no matter how many times she tries. She can't do it. She's so adorable.
The singer would talk about all silly stuff. All I need to do was respond and smile once in a while. Our neighbor passes by and greets us.
Yo, kid, Chan Rena-chan, you aren't ready to me. I'm trying to going to go, man.
Wow, when are me-chan's mad? I wonder. Let's go, Keiichi-kun.
After greeting the neighbor, she turns around and sticks her tongue out at me. The neighbor or Rena? Seeing her chest and my cheeks loosen up.
Ah, you're smiling.
What? Rena stops and stares at me.
I was worried when I first saw you this morning. Maybe you still don't feel well. But I guess you're okay. Okay.
Not to speak, she pokes my cheek. She shows a genuine smile. Hey, my bar Keiichi. How do you still suspect Rena with a smile? Maybe I had a high fever yesterday and hallucinated some stuff. I can't help but thinking that way. If God would grant me one wish, it'd be only one thing. A regular thing that happened in the past few days. To be more exact, I want him to erase everything that happened from the night at night at watching Higurashi and last night. How many times have I wished that in the past few days? If Rena keeps smiling like this, that wish may be granted. So I want Rena to keep smiling forever. Please.
So, Keiichi-kun, did you redo a huggy from yesterday?
My wish wasn't granted. Curse you, God! Why you do this? Okay. I'm in yourself off here. Look, it's Rena and Rena on Rena action. Everybody, I would pay to see that. Then my girlfriend would be really jealous. Love you.